Welcome back to the Toyota Esports Challenge, one of the biggest FIFA tournaments that we have seen in South Africa for 2020. 50,000 Rand in cash is the grand prize. So some of South Africa's best FIFA athletes have jumped in. We started with 64 players. They played in a group stage, a round robin format, with the top two players in each group progressing into the knockout stages. That was last week, and that was tons of fun because in these knockout stages, we had all these wild cards. So a bunch of celebrities came in. They were jumping into games, and if you want to check those out, you can see the old VODs. I think they'll be here on the Toyota YouTube channel or the Toyota Facebook channel. But it was tons of fun to watch top players battle it out. However, now we get into the serious end of the competition. We have 8 quarterfinalists. They're going to be playing the entire week. And of course, they're fighting it out to make it through to those grand finals because they want that cash in their back pockets. We're going to jump straight into the action now because our first quarterfinal, I'm told, is ready to go. 2 incredible forces in the local FIFA scene are about to go head to head. Julio the Beast Bianchi from Goliath Gaming, celebrated, has been overseas, has beaten the best in the world, just an absolute role model for anyone who wants to get into FIFA. He is going up against Unfazed, who is going to be a worthy opponent because Unfazed has competed for one of the biggest esports / FIFA organizations in South Africa for a long time. He's signed to a very established club, and I'm pretty sure he is not going to go down without a fight. He's 100% going to bring it to Beast. We can see our players getting ready. I'm going to be interested about team selection. I think that's something that we should have a look at because I'll be curious as to where these players decide to go, the team selection that they go with. I have a feeling that we'll definitely see Beast jumping onto Liverpool. I had a chat to him earlier last week, actually, where he said it was something that he had changed up. He had moved from the French side into focusing on Liverpool. And exactly like I said, there you go. Jumping on to Liverpool. Unfazed playing as Barcelona. Interesting selections there. We've seen this matchup before. We saw it in the knockout stages. A little bit different when you've got a celeb playing. I think this will be a much closer battle, if you like. But straight away, Beast grabs possession of that ball, gets a feel, passes around left, right, and center. You can see him there in the left side of your screen, very focused. And this is something that's scary, and Unfazed is going to know this, is that when it comes to Beast, and he's in that zone, that's where he's unstoppable. He's super focused. He's good at just blocking out everything else. And you'll see he'll be chatting a little bit to himself as well. Maybe you can hear it over my talking. I'll try to keep quiet so if I can guess when he's going to chat. There we go, grabs the ball, going straight up there. He's immediately getting ready to go. Has a little bit of a feel there, doesn't quite work out for him, but this is interesting. He's just getting that feel straight off the bat. Unfazed though, playing a little bit passively, letting Beast feel his way around the field, that's an interesting choice to me. I would try and keep him as far away from my goalie as possible, if I'm honest. Right from the get-go, just shut him down. That would be the way that I'd go about it, but obviously I'm not playing in this, so it doesn't matter what I say. Here we go, Unfazed now, taking a little bit of a run there, a little bit slow, steady, passing it around, getting a feel for it, and you can see Beast immediately grabs that position again. He's probably going to run it out, and here he goes, taking it up. Fabiano, let's go, moving it up there, passing it down to the wing, running it forward, getting that feel, feeling him out, and here we go. Is this going to be our first shot on goal? Is this what we're going to see? He's going for that attack. Fabiano again with the ball, moving it over. Here we go. Is he going to do the crossover? No. Face is there. Unfazed is right there. Got all his guys back. Stopping that. Is he going to be able to shut this down? Oh, there it goes. Oh!
No way.
It did hit a post. You can hear Beast has just said, why did I hit a post? You did. Okay. So it was a first shot on goal, but unfortunately just a little bit of a ping off the post, and Unfazed back in centre field here with a little bit of possession, taking it right back now, putting the pressure on. Beast is quick though to get his guys in the back, quickly make a stop to that, and now here we go again. He's going right for the attack, hasn't even stopped from that first time. Unfazed looking very calm and focused there in the corner. You can see there that he's just feeling him out, and this is important to understand that these guys, they play each other a lot. All these players that you'll see in the quarterfinals, they know each other very well. The FIFA scene in South Africa is very tight-knit, so they'll understand each other's play styles already and more than likely be looking to figure out ways that they can maybe change it up. more of this midfield play. I think we'll see a lot of this during the game, with the two of them kind of just battling it out in the midfield, trying to figure out which side, who's more powerful, finding out if they can find a mistake. And I think this is the thing, if you watched last week when we were playing with the wild cards, the games were a little bit less balanced in the sense that you had these celebrities coming in and either the pros were just dominating or they were kind of playing a little bit more passively, letting the celebs have a chance to play, because the FIFA community is very welcoming. They wanted them to have a good time. You'll see a different play style here completely. These two guys are going to be far more clinical in their approach, and I think when the time comes to start netting those goals, when they know the pressure's on, it's going to be a far more aggressive play style. He's looking a little bit irritated there. Unbase is like really not, he's not showing much, but I'm pretty sure he must be frustrated because possession right now is definitely, there we go, 51% in Liverpool's favor. Not a huge, for some reason I actually thought it probably would be a bit more, so it's still pretty even kill. But Unfazed didn't look happy there for a moment, and I think it must be a little bit frustrating because he doesn't seem to be able to get past Beast's defense. Beast is quick to get his guys back. Obviously Liverpool is a bit more of a defensive playing side, most would say, in this particular game. I'm sure by now, if you're watching this, you are a FIFA fan, so you already know how this works. You get to choose your favorite real-life team, put them on the field, all those stats, all the things you love about those players, that's what comes in here, and that's what you're playing with. So obviously Liverpool right now dominating, and it's a selection that a lot of the players are going for. Beast used to play at the French teams, moved over to Liverpool recently, said that he saw that he just wasn't getting where he wanted. He was losing a couple of games and he needed to change it up. He moved away from the French teams, jumped onto Liverpool, and he did tell me last week that he's much happier with his performance now as Liverpool. Here we go again.
No,
shouting at the players
that
he controls with his controller, but that's all good, right? Not 100% happy with his performance there. You can see that Beast is quite hard on himself, but I think he wants to perform. He's an overachiever. Okay, so we hit halftime, 0-0 for both players, and interesting, taking a look at that. I think Beast looked like the more dominating player in the mix-up. Unfazed was very calm. He was just kind of staying back. I thought that he gave Beast way too much freedom to run the field there. But at the same time, obviously, other than that one shot on goal where Beast hit the post, we haven't seen anything netted yet, so it's still equal apiece. Let me explain how this works if you want to figure out the competition a little bit better. So our quarterfinalists will play 2 games. This is the first one, then they play a second one. We'll then look at goals tallied. So obviously you basically just want to get as many goals as you can and win both games. And the player with the most goals at the end of it and the 2 wins, or win and a draw but with the most goals, goes on to our semi-finals. That's how this works. And if there's a tie, we move into extra time, which I'll explain if we get there. Very quick out of the gates with Beast there. You can see immediately trying to jump in there. Now got his corner, unfazed. Needs to get his guys back. Lots of defensive work happening here. He's going to be a bit frustrated by now, surely. 51 minutes in, he needs to be making some shots on goal. Beast, a little bit of clever little footwork there. Is it going to be enough now? Can he get it back into the box? This is what he wants. He wants that shot on goal. He does a little bit of a flick and a flack. He's running around there a little bit. Still just sitting there. Not being able to break through under the Barcelona defense. Setting it up. He's going to lose possession. There you go. Okay. Unfazed. Can he get it back? That's the question. Is Beast going to be able to grab it back and set that up again? He does just that. Passes it forward. Here we go. Is there going to be a cross? Is there going to be a sneaky little attempt here? And no, there's not. Okay. Let's go again. We go again every time. Setting it up again. Look at the pressure that he's putting on Unfazed, because he's constantly trying to set these shots up. He's constantly wanting it to net that goal. Unfazed needs to just up the aggression. I talk a lot about pace. So if you did watch the wild card casting that I did last week, this is something that I talk a lot about, and it's especially in video games in general, but FIFA particularly, pace is so important. Pace and controlling pace, and I do believe that whoever controls the pace of the game is ultimately going to be the person that takes the win, because they're able to dictate exactly how this goes. So there's 2 ways to deal with this, 2 ways to play with it if you like. What you can see here with Beast dictating the pace is he wants it fast, he wants it quick, he's constantly going back, constantly putting the pressure on. Because if you keep putting the pressure on, if you think about it, if you're constantly banging at the wall, eventually the wall's going to come down. That's what Beast's play style is. Unfair is choosing a slower approach. The problem with this is that the only way that the slow approach works is if you slow Beast down as well. Saying that though, Unfair is getting a sneaky little chance in Beast's goal box there, but not being able to convert it into anything. Beast back on the attack. FaZe has either got to cut Beast's supply off in terms of the space that he's giving his players to run. Liverpool's got a lot of space to run. Here we go. He needs to cut that off and stop it if he wants to slow it down. If he's going to play this more defensive game, he needs to slow that completely down and not allow Beast the space to move, which is what he's doing now. It takes a little run. Is he going to be able to net a goal? There we go. Is it a goal though? Yes, I think it is. Let's just see. I always like to double check just in case. There it is. Liverpool 1-0 to FC Barcelona, and Beast is on the scoreboard. Unfazed is going to have to pick it up now. He knows that the only way that he stops this is he cannot allow Beast to get any sort of momentum from this, and Unfazed is going to cut it right down. He just allowed him to run. It was exactly what I said. Don't give him space. Close him up. Box him in. Frustrate him. Let him make those mistakes. Didn't do that. Just allowed Beast the freedom to run it all the way up the field. And that was why he ultimately was able to net that goal. Let's see how Unfazed is going to respond to this, though. In my opinion, he's got to be a little bit more aggressive in his play style. Right now, he's just really chilling on the back here. Let's see what he does with this. Sneaky little set piece. There you go. Pushes it back. Is he going to move it forward? He's given Beast a lot of time to move all his players back into the box. You can see that there's all those little red bodies ready to go, ready to defend. Unfazed choosing to just move it out. He's trying to create space for his players. That's what he's trying to do here. He's trying to move them out. He's got to create that space so that he doesn't face all those feet as he goes for his shot on goal. Pushes it on. Is it going to be enough? Barcelona trying to go a little sneaky little flick over there, but not enough. Beast is quick to defend it, and now he runs. He's back on the attack. But Unfazed has got his guys there. He can grab that ball. It's slow now. Now we slow it right down again as they try to decide what they're going to do. There could have been a really quick convert there if Beast had run it, I think, a little bit faster, but choosing to rather just set himself up nicely. Going for the run. Here we go again. This is his opportunity. Is he going to be able to net a second goal? Moves around, fiddles up a little bit, and oh, unfortunately, not quite enough. It was an impressive play there. I actually thought that he might have been able to do that. Very quick footwork with the ball. Of course, interesting story, specifically about a lot of these players that you'll see in the quarterfinals, is some of them have actually played football at a professional level, real life football, so I'm sure that they bring a lot of those strategies and thoughts into the game as well. Unfazed, like I mentioned as well, I've spoken a lot about Beast, but Unfazed is arguably one of the best FIFA players in the country, signed to one of the bigger organizations. So if there is anyone who's going to be able to take Julio down, it will be him. But right now, he's just not looking nearly fast enough for me. He's just not reacting fast enough to some of these players, and he's kind of just hanging back a little bit too much. He's been good to keep the pressure on in the defense, but is it enough? We've got 2 minutes extra time. Is it enough for him to equalize? And unfortunately, no, as I say that, they call it, and there it is. First game goes the way of Beast. Julio Beast Bianchi, 1-0 to him, choosing Liverpool up against Unfazed FC Barcelona. So Julio's going to be feeling a little bit easier moving into the second game. He's got a goal in the back of the net. He's got a win. That's always helpful. I'm interested now to see the team selection here. I wonder if Unfazed is going to stick with Barcelona. I wonder if he might consider changing it up. For me, I think that at this point, from what we've seen in the challenge so far for some of the games that have been streamed, and obviously these games, they've mainly been, this is the first time we've really got to see the two pros go head to head, that the professional players battle it out. For the most part, we've seen them up against celebs. I haven't felt that the Liverpool-Barcelona World Cup's ever really worked in the Barcelona favor, but again, we've had less experienced players playing Barcelona, so I'd be curious to see now where we go. Is Unfazed going to change up his team? My gut says Julio sticks to Liverpool. That's his chosen team. Like I said, he's realized that he gets a much better performance from them, so that's where he's going. But I'd be curious to see if Unfazed goes the route of keeping Barcelona or changing it up. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Right. Okay, so we got a Liverpool matchup. Unfazed choosing to go that route. Liverpool's been a team that most of the players are jumping onto because they are just so dominating and so strong at the moment. So I can understand why he did that. Fiddling around with his roles here a little bit, trying to decide, both of them trying to decide what their player setup is going to look like. Obviously, you're just seeing the one player, but they have an opportunity to customize this, to change it up, to figure out exactly how they want to play it. Which is what's so cool about this game, is because you're a little bit of a, I want to say Alex Ferguson. I know he's retired, but he's my favorite. You could be the Alex Ferguson of the world, not with Liverpool, obviously, but you're allowed to play the football manager. I'm going to get roasted. I know you're roasting me in the comments right now for saying you can be a little Alex Ferguson while we're talking about Liverpool, but I'm going to take it, guys. I'm going to take it. I know he was with Manchester United, but he's just a favourite. We've now spoken about Alex Ferguson. That has nothing to do with what we're doing. We're getting ready to jump into game. Toyota Esports Challenge. Let's go. Slowly waiting for these guys to get ready. Second game, of course, Beast 1-0 up. He's going to be feeling super comfortable with that, but it's not going to let him stop. He's going to want to keep battling it out. He's going to want to make sure that he can ensure that he's even more aggressive in this round, because that's what's really important. Unfazed needs to change it up, needs to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more dominating in his performance. That's what he needs to do now, and that's what's sort of most imperative, if you like. So just to explain, if you're watching, Unfazed is obviously in the red kits, the home kits. Beast is playing in the away kit, so you know which side you're looking at, but you can also obviously see their little usernames, their names, their gamer tags above their players, but that just helps a little bit. Here we go though. Unfazed, impressive from the get-go, looking a little bit more aggressive already up in the box, but Beast is saying no, none of that. Interesting though for me that straight out of the gates, Unfazed looking a lot more confidence on Liverpool, immediately in an attacking form. Here we go. Is he going to be able to net? He immediately goes for that shot on goal. This is a completely different player from what we saw in the first game, where he was very, very passive and back. He's straight in there, but Beast is having none of that. He's moving forward, and he wants to immediately counter what he just saw, but slowing it down slightly, trying to make space maybe. Here he goes. Unfazed looking far better here. Look at that defensive play. He's quick to shut him down. In the first game, he allowed Beast the run of the center field and sort of allowed him to push it up. He's looking a lot more confident, but as I say that, here we go. Beast is just setting himself up, moving around, getting a feel. Not enough. Unfazed grabs possession once again. Far more aggressive play from him. Far more, maybe Liverpool's more suited to him, which is interesting because I've spoken to other players who argue that Liverpool's more of a defensive team. Watching these guys play, I'd say that they're really using, I'd argue more of an attacking side right now. They've got that pace right up. Here we go. Unfazed, looking really impressive. This is his second time into the Beast's box. Is he going to be able to do anything with it? Nope. There we go. Julio very quickly shuts that down, and now we're moving on. Is he going to be able to create enough space? Unfazed is quick to get all his guys back. You can see a lot of those red bodies moving into the back there, making sure that he never lets him go past that 3/4 mark on the field, which is different to what we saw in game one. So he's obviously very quickly adjusted by stopping that and not allowing it. It's far easier to shut him down. Don't give him the opportunity to even think in your box. Don't let him near. If he can smell the sweat on your goalie, I guarantee you he's going to net a goal. So that's what you don't want. Let's take a look now. Far more aggressive from both players in this round, in this particular game. You can see they're fighting it out. Unfazed, maybe it's just taking a bit of time to warm up. There he goes again. Is this going to be his opportunity to even that score sheet? That's what we want to find out. Beast requested a pause. Taking a little bit of a run for a chair. Making that space. Pushing it back. What is Beast thinking here? What's going through? Is he just doing a small setup to figure out where he wants to go? Backwards and forwards. Lots of quick passing there. Short quick passes. Here we go. Is it enough? And just not quite. You saw there. Impressive setup. Love the quick sharp passes, the backwards forwards. Very quick to get it up there, and then unfortunately just not enough to finalize it and put it into the back of the net. Let's get back into the game now.
Wow.
Unfazed looking very focused. He's had a really good start, even though it'll be playing in the back of his mind that Beast has that goal and that game in hand. We saw that Beast requested that pause, and now looking a lot more confident, getting a lot more action up there straight away. Possibly just needing a bit of a reset or a slug of water, one of the two.
Come on,
Mental reset or just a sip of water. Let's see now. Unfazed looking good. Here we go. He's back at it, getting super aggressive. Is this going to be... There we go. Look at this. This is such a different player. Is it going to be enough though? No, Beast is saying, no, I'm not going to let that happen. Was very quick to just make sure he had his guys in the box there. His defenders just backing it up, saying, no. But I definitely see a completely different change to Unfazed's play performance here. He's looking a lot more comfortable on this Liverpool side. And is it going to be enough though? Because it's going to be riding in the back of his mind. 38 minutes in, still don't have a goal. If he leaves any space available for Beast, we have a problem. And that's what's happening now. You can see, look at all that space. And the moment you've got it, Beast is just going to take that ball straight up here. Is that going to be enough? He's going to do a quick sneaky crossover. We're going to see more of that sharp play. No, slowing it down a little bit, just trying to get a feel for where he wants to break in. Here we go. Is this his opportunity? No, he takes a little bit of a stumble there. And Unfazed very quickly grabs possession once again. Slowing it down, setting it up. We're about to hit halftime. Beast knows that he needs to net another goal to make himself comfortable. That's what he wants. Unfazed knows he can't allow that to happen. He needs to find a way to turn this around and attack and even the sheet. Just a bit of backwards and forwards there. I think that you can just see Beast trying to figure out how he wants to set this play up, figuring out where he kind of sees himself doing this. We hit halftime. The scoreline is still donuts, 0-0. And of course, I think that that's going to give Beast a lot of confidence moving into the second half, knowing that he has that first game. Unfazed now needs to kind of rethink how he's going to play this. I think this is going to be, for him, you're going to get knocked out of the competition if you don't go all in. This is what's got to be riding in the back of Unfazed's mind. You're going to have to get super aggressive now. You are going to have to not allow things like this to happen. Beast has way too much time on the ball, in my opinion. He shouldn't be allowing that to happen. He needs to shut him down and immediately be on the attack. That's what he does now. You've got to run it up as fast as you possibly can. You've got to be faster than this guy. You've got to pass as much as you can, make as much space as you can. Quick, sharp passes, run it up. Unfazed doing just that, taking it straight up into the box. He knows that he needs to get that goal. Is he going to be able to do it? Beast giving him a little bit too much time there to bring his guys back. And here we go, Unfazed. Quietly figuring this one out. Getting a feel.
Nice defending, my goodness.
But Beast jumping back on it. There we go. Just a little bit of a backwards and forwards here. Here we go. Is this what you wanted? You didn't really want to give Beast that sort of space. Possibly not the best idea. Here we go. Sets it up. Takes that shot. Goalie, though, able to stop it. Beast is going to be super frustrated by that. Unfazed still looking as calm as ever. Nothing moving on that face. He knows that he just has to keep his cool. He can't let the pressure get to him. Beast takes another swing. That was a little bit wild. Just goes over, but he'll be happy that he got this corner now to set it up. You can see the change in the last sort of, we're moving into 60 minutes now of the game. You can see the change in Beast. He wants to finalize this. He wants to put the nail in the coffin. Unfazed, though, just quietly. I like this calm demeanor. I spoke about earlier how it was too calm, but now I think it's actually working. It's just keeping him his cool and allows him to kind of force Beast to take those crazy swings like we saw earlier. Here we go. Unfazed running it up. Is this going to be enough for him? Is he going to be able to net a goal? Takes a little chip there, but doesn't have anyone in the box to back him up. And Beast is back in possession, running it right back. He's got enough guys up there. He can make this really fast if he's able to move, but no. Unfazed has got him there. His defense was good enough to very quickly change the course that we go down. Is he going to be able to take this up? I thought that he's constantly playing too slow for me in that top corner there. Like when we watch him on the side, he's just a little bit too slow. Spends a little bit too much time trying to remove himself from Beast's clutches, but it allows Beast players a chance to all get up. And then at 9 times out of 10 shots down there. So maybe he needs to look at just being a little bit faster with the move out, trying to just be quicker and have that one step advantage. Okay, Beast running it up. Let's see, is he going to be able to close it up? Unfazed, got his guys back there on him like flies on old food, if you like, which is a horrible way to explain that, but the best way as well. Let's see. Let's see if he can keep this up. Unfazed. The problem is now he's playing to shut Beast down. You don't want to shut Beast down. You need to be attacking. Oh, as I say that, this is not a good spot. This is not... Okay, maybe we're fine. We're fine. Unfazed has to even this out. The clock is starting to count down. He does not have time to mess around it. He does not have time to let things like this happen. You can't let him keep the ball that close to your goal. You really shouldn't be allowing this. No, we're going to have a problem. Here we go. Beast takes another shot. And again, little bit of a... That to me looked like a little bit of a ping on the pole. Which is probably going to be frustrating him. Because I think that's the second or third time we've seen that today. Just not being able to net them. That's going to be annoying him a little bit, right? Changing it up. We're going to have some changes here. This is Unfazed choosing to bring on some substitutes, changing his gameplay in the last sort of 10 minutes of game. Obviously just figuring out that this is the solution that he needs for this setup, and knowing as well that he only has about 10 in-game minutes to try and even that scoreline, take us into extra time, and keep himself in the competition, and keep himself in line for that shot of the 50,000 Rand, which is probably riding on the back of his head. He's got 15 minutes to do that, plus, 2 or 3 minutes extra time. He's going to be concerned about that. Here we go. Is the change going to be enough? Is that what he needs to get the job done? And as I say that, running, looking confident, seems like he's feeling that this is the change. This is a very aggressive play, but Beast very quickly shuts it down. Unfazed grabbing it again. Here we go. Is this it? Is this the equalizer we've been looking for? Takes the shot, completely goes wide. Unfortunately, not what he would have wanted, but he'll be feeling confident that he got the opportunity to do it to begin with. And again, that clock ticking down. Ticking down. We're almost at 10 minutes to go in game. It's going to be riding in the back of his head. Unfazed, all to play for now. He needs to equalize this up. I'm presuming Beast just wants to make sure that he can get another goal and solidify his victory as much as possible. So it's all to play for. The pressure is building. Someone is going home. One of these players, one of the top players in the country, is about to get knocked out of the Toyota Esports Challenge. That is what is happening right now in this quarterfinal. Will it be Unfazed or will it be Beast from Goliath Gaming? Right now, Beast with the upper hand. That first game win, 1 goal. He's going to want to finish this off. He's going to want to make sure, but no, Unfazed got it. He quickly grabs it. Let's go. Moves it right back. Unfazed is going to have to, he's going to have to move this up as fast as possible. Is this going to be his Hail Mary? That's kind of what he needs right now. He needs a Hail Mary. You're going to have to do something. You got to get that goal. That's the only thing that's going to be running through Unfazed's mind right now. He needs to get it up, but I say that and Beast grabs the ball, moves it around. What is the play for him? He's still going to be aggressive. It's always risky in these last few minutes. You don't want to lose possession, but at the same time, he's a real competitor. He's not going to give up here. He's not going to just play for time. Okay, but he is making sure that Unfazed doesn't get a foot on the ball. This is going to be super frustrating for him. This is it. It's the final minutes of the game. Unfazed has to do something. Otherwise, he is out. He is out of the Toyota Esports Challenge. One of our top players, Beast, knows now. He knows. He's got 2 minutes extra time. He's just got to keep it cool. He's just got to keep it back. He's got to keep that pressure on. He just can't let Unfazed touch that ball. That's what's going to be running through Beast's mind. If he does just that, he does that. And with that, 0-0 on the scoreline. Beast Bianchi moves into the semi-finals of the Toyota Esports Challenge, and we say goodbye to Unfazed. Unfortunately, an incredible performance for him. Finished top of his group in the group stages. Got to play with the celebrities. Gave us such an incredible show last week, and unfortunately, just not quite enough. Not quite aggressive, and it always comes down to who wants it more on the day. It would appear that was Beast. So there you go, your first semi-finalist for the Toyota Esports Challenge. Studio Beast Bianchi makes it through We're going to have even more quarterfinal action if you want to find out who's going to be playing. So make sure that you're watching every single night at 8 p.m. right here on all the Toyota social media. And if you want to jump into the conversation, if you want to tell us who you loved, who you hated, who you're rooting for, then make sure you use hashtag Toyota Esports Challenge on social media and we can jump into a conversation. My name's Tekel and I'll be back tomorrow night.